I will know today.
We're still waiting on a couple members, but I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. I'm going to call the meeting to order. The first order of business today is we need to members would have already received applications and voting ballots. Please fill them out and pass them to our secretary. Roll call.
So Pat is excused. Jeff?
Here.
Myself is here. Amanda?
Here.
Adam?
Here.
Jacob?
Yep.
David is online. Marianne
Here.
is.
Just wanted to see if it worked. Hi.
Marilyn? Here. Serena is on her way. Teresa?
Here.
Jan?
Here.
Cindy? Here. Melanie? Here. Sharon's on her way. Sherry?
Here.
Yay! Dana?
Here.
Okay.
David and Sherry, do you want to try out the camera and turn your camera on? No
I-
pressure. You don't have to.
I would have, but I'm covering the front and I have people in and out of my office, so it would be really distracting for you.
No, don't. It's totally fine.
I would, but I think I blocked it when I first signed in, so I'd have to sign all the way back out to get it to fire up.
You should be able to hover over the bottom and a little camera will pop up and you can select it.
You can turn it back off. We just want to test it.
Anybody online.
Yeah, anyway, today is a trial and error. Trying out this new technology. Next is secretary report.
So, just kind of a quick update from me. The April, May, and now June meeting minutes will all be sent to everyone. And I'm just gonna do like a mass approval of all of them, and then we'll post them onto the website all at the same time. So we can get all those in, and then start fresh at the beginning of next year. Other than that, that's all I have.
And then we'll just. We have more. There might have been more on this side. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. I divided the stuff. So I don't have a lot on my chair report today, because a lot of it's going to go in our PowerPoint for sentence accomplishments. But one thing that I did want to go through is, we recently had a meeting with HR to kind of get a better understanding of the service date breakdown, and I just created a little sheet for everybody. Because this has been a question many times over the years, that Your vacation is based off of your state adjusted service date, which you'll see below. And then your OU years of service is based off of your OU adjustment date. And this would be employment at OU at any point in time. And then your longevity bonus and retention points are based off of your OU latest hire date. And you can find this information under my personal information, and then personal information, and there's a screenshot of what that little table looks like.
So the service awards are based on state adjusted service or on OU adjusted service?
The OU adjusted service dates is used for OU service awards. And that's actually how it's titled on that table as well.
Oh, okay.
And then this is just a reminder for everyone that's not an executive member this coming year, to send your Senate Standing Committee preferences to Jacob and Dan. And then apologies for the miscommunication yesterday, but all nominations for executive elect officers will be sent to myself and Heather.
Well, I guess we'll have to pass these out later, but I've got a few already. Treasures, all the copies are in here. Teresa and I have worked last month, getting together. We think we've already got it, well, flow over to her. That's why I was late. I couldn't carry all these books down the hill. And I missed the bus or it doesn't run. But, well, I had to take the reports out over here because it's too thick with her. So all the expenses that we have expected are in. The only thing is, I left some encumbered amounts in here because I don't know if in fact the event charges each, like this month they could come later this month and charge us for the Adobe Connect fees. So I calculated that it was for April, May, and June. That's what the $135 encumbered is, and $50 is the positive postcards that we send out every month to the are they?
Anniversary.
Yeah, so we've gotten a few charges here and there, so I'm not sure how much will come through by the end of the month, so I got $50 in there. So, and everything's in the scholarship, and I don't think we've had to order anything. I do have one transfer to make. Facilities is ordering quite a bit of stuff for their service awards, so we'll be pulling probably that either today or tomorrow and doing a transfer, so more funds go in there, but it may not be, I don't know, hope it don't be for June, so finish out this year. So I can get these ready for you, and if anyone has any questions.
Next, we're going to do committee reports, university standing committee reports. These are really good because a lot of committees haven't met. So, just hold on for that.
athletics committee, Jacob.
Hmm?
Interview the big athletics committee.
No update, okay.
There was no update. They haven't met. Kennedy Frontiers and Science, Sharon, but they,
Yeah, we haven't met.
yeah, Chris, did you like, Buzz Publishing Board, sorority and fraternity life committee.
That's vacant, they got that.
Yeah, no,
Vision and parking committee.
it's summer.
We are lying right back. One meeting. Benefits Advisory Council is myself, and our meetings have been canceled. Budget Planning Council. Facilities Planning, I have not heard anything. Joint Police Advisory Council, have not heard anything. Outstanding Administrator, Sharon, did you have anything?
No.
Serena, have we figured out the Paxum?
I sent you guys an
She sent us an
email
email.
that Paxum is a big committee, and when they assigned me to that committee, they said it was just called Paxum, and technically, I don't think it was. I think it was a subcommittee called Policies, Procedures, and something. And because all we were looking at was the background checks and how that would fit into the university. And that, in fact, after some investigation by Barb Nalazak and Jessica Cook and stuff, they said that that really falls under the purview of HR, and that doesn't have anything to do with the committee, so that's why they disbanded that committee I was on. But Carrie, I spoke to Carrie, and Carrie and Minnie Hall Jones are in charge of the Paxum committee again. There's some people listed on it, and I did tell her when I talked to her to ask her about that committee I was supposed to be on, that, you know, we would like to have representation on that. Adam is on the prevention one, so she's aware of it. You just may reach out to her once they get going in the new school year.
Leads us to Adam. Okay. Performance management task force. Do we what? We're looking at a lot of people, because a lot of us are in it.
We are still meeting regularly, we are actively working as a group to better the performance management process moving forward for classified staff.
Okay, all right, Presidential Advisory Council on Disability and Accessibility Planning. We have someone on our.
Well, that's another one that was kind of lost and
Yeah. We did
shuffled
aware with
around.
it. The RFP review team for off-the-shelf e-learning, that's, I'm not really sure that we're even gonna meet anymore. We decided on what technology to go with, but I'm not sure if they're gonna need us for anything past that, or if it was just to literally review and pick the supplier, so we'll have to follow up with that.
Well, that supplier,
I'm not sure. We just decided on who to go with, and then they were going to follow up, so we haven't heard anything since then. Student Services Committee. They're like, Tobacco Free Committee, it's pretty much non-existent. Training Advisory Council.
we're meeting next week. Last time we talked, I think was in April. So.
Okay.
That's what we did.
So that's it. It's a lot, but we have.
Yeah.
That's all of them.
Today's meeting's going to flow a little different because it's our last meeting of the year, and we'd like to go over Senate accomplishments. So we're going to use the remainder of the time to do that, and we created a PowerPoint that encompasses all of the committees and Senate as a whole's accomplishment. We are trying out new technology today. To our members online, if you are not currently speaking, if you could please mute your mic, because we're getting a lot of background noise. But know that if you want to speak, just start speaking, and you will immediately be brought up to the camera for everybody to see, if you have your camera on.
Your initials.
Otherwise, we see your initials. And those folks online, please email us afterwards and let us know what you think about this process and the benefits, positive and negative. I have this little, so I'm going to pass this around to whoever's going to speak. Each committee.
You guys are ahead. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. That's us.
We were kind of all gonna divide it up, so we'll just pass it around. So our first goal, as you can see, was to host one professional development event on the Athens campus. And we actually hosted 3 events. So the first one, first we brainstormed ideas for professional development that we thought classified Senate and actually classified staff as a whole would be interested in. And then we sent out a Qualtrics survey to classified staff. And then based on their responses was how we determined what events to organize. So up there is the Chris Stewart event. Had 2. The first one was on April 4th, and then that one was attended by about 25 people in the room and about 25 to 30 consistently online because we had it streaming on YouTube. And since his presentation was well received and it was also free because he works at OU, he came back and did a follow-up on May 1st. And then that one was also, well received, at least online. We had less people physically there, but it was during finals week, so people were busy. But both videos now have over 140 views on YouTube. So we think it went well.
So our other goal, we wanted to send something to staff, just kind of like uplifting them a little. What we came up with was to do a postcard size, kind of went 2 directions and merged them to one. It was like celebrating your work anniversary, but then also thanking you for everything that you do here. So we actually started sending those out in January, and we sent those out every month, and if you were hired in that month, you should have received a postcard. And then on the back of it, we like to give something, and of course it's postcards, so you're limited as to what you can put on a postcard. So everyone received a little Rufus that you could, a little Rufus decal. And so far, we received positive feedback from those. It's nothing huge, but it's still just something to tell our staff that we're thinking about them. So those are still ongoing, and we hope to continue those. We'll still do the Rufus for at least a year, so then the next year, you don't get a Rufus 3 years in a row, But so that was one of our goals for that right now.
Okay, so I kind of touched on that, I guess, on my first button, but, yeah, so to determine what professional development events we wanted to host, we created the survey that I touched on to make sure that they were events that people were interested in. So the first, event that we hosted was the hands-on Qualtrics training with Melanie, because people were interested in more of a hands-on, like interactive training. And then the Chris Stewart presentations were based on the topics of what he said that he could speak on. So that was how we, picked what events to do.
Goal 4, we had some meet and greets going on this year, but we only made it to one regional campus instead of 2. That's okay. But they were very well attended, especially the double ones we met at for the month at the same time. But the Athens one, people just showed up in droves that used in blankets. So overall, success.
So for additional accomplishments, we created new employee orientation materials working with Jacob and Amanda. Hosted 2 lunch and learns sponsored by the Ohio University Credit Union, representing Classified Senate at the HR Resource Fair.
So this is a very active scholarship sales and recognition committee. Here we all are. So goal number 1 was to purchase a real-time credit card reader. It came the Friday of graduation, so we didn't get to use it for graduation, but it was there for undergrad graduation. And it was a godsend, because instead of taking 10 minutes to do it on having everyone fill everything out, which is what we've done for the rest of this year with an iPad, it took seconds for it to go through and get approved. So it is going to increase our sales, because we've had people in the past not want to give us their information on paperwork, not want to take the time to fill it in on the computer. It's made it much faster for us. And I think it will increase our sales overall.
Just so you know, the participants online are not seeing the screen, what's being
Okay.
the presentation, just so that you don't think they're reading.
Oh, okay. So our real-time reader we have is a Cloverflex, and it is an awesome thing. Goal number 2 was to increase our sales by 10%. We surpassed this goal, sort of, we think. There was no good way to find 17, 18 sales figures, because the change of accounts, chart of accounts change. Some of our stuff got all messed up. So we don't have our exact sales numbers for FY18 or 17-18, but we went back to FY17 and I looked at those sales and we're actually up 11.3% from that. Last year we had said we're pretty steady through the year before, so I dare say we're at least 10% up.
Great.
I don't have the power to eat. I said
Our scholarships sales did very well this year. And again, I think the switching from having people fill out the paperwork, having people use the tablets helped with that. And then I think the Cloverflex helped even more. Goal 3 was to have Baker sales time the fall, once in the spring. It was something that the committee had never done before, just to have a random day that we would be there. So we did a Thursday and Friday, the last week of classes in December. And we took all of our products there. And then for Valentine's Day, we just took the kittens and the pint glasses. We did $215 in on December 6th and 7th. And we did $256 on February 14th. I mean, that's half of what we were over. 2017 is just those 3 days, so I think that was really a big success for us. to do that. Goal number 4 was to an online merchandise inventory. I wish Pat were here. She was awesome taking care of that. Every time we had a sale, she would update it, she would recount, she would make sure everything was good. We can look at that, it's on our OneDrive, we can look at it anytime and know exactly how many of any given item we have. She is really taking charge of that. Oh, and we did change, one thing, that little pewter piece, what did you call it, a coaster? We did not sell a single one as a coaster. I started calling it a trinket dish, and we sold out of them at graduation. The first set that we did, we had to go get more. So we no longer sell pewter coasters, we now sell pewter trinket dishes. Alright, policy and procedures.
To our online folks, this is a friendly reminder, if you could please mute your speakers, microphone, sorry, not speakers, your microphone. We're getting a lot of background noise.
Somebody's having some levity in their classroom. All right, Policies and Procedures Committee. We had 4 goals. First one was to update and revise the bylaws and procedures, update the bylaws. We did review the bylaws and extensively redid them. A lot of the information was clarified. We outlined it to better flow and put in a table of contents so it's easier to read. This received final approval from University Administration and Senate on May 20th. However, in the last couple of days, we've realized that we have some work to do still. There's some clarity that's needed in some of the items. So hopefully the next year's Policy and Bylaws Committee will keep that work up. Finalizing the service award procedure and timeline sheet. This was started by the committee the year before, and so we just tried to get a good outline of when things need to be accomplished and then the details of steps needed to put that together. Our third goal was to update the service award gifts. We tried to compare what Administrative Senate gives to their employees. And we wanted to ensure that the value of the gift kind of goes up as the years of service goes up. So, there was a little bit of a realignment in that respect. And we tried to keep the items that are timeless, meaning that people are wanting those. We hear a lot of feedback about people looking forward to giving their panoramic print or their throw, and so we tried to keep those items on the list. We are actually going to have a 40-year awardee, and so we're still trying to work on what that award will be. It's going to go up in value. Our fourth goal was to add this policy of professional development for classified employees into the bylaws. So we realized as we got working on the bylaws that we should not be dictating policy in the bylaws. So, but the goal was to incorporate the 10% time afforded for professional development, which is what everyone was thinking was being used for Senate activities. And so the decision was not to put it in the bylaws, but to work with HR to create a new policy to protect time for your Senate involvement. So that information was sent to UHR, and hopefully, again, this committee moving forward will work on that in the next year.
So full Senate for this past year for Ohio University classified employees is we proposed to President Nellis in the fall to reestablish the reestablishment of the university's sick leave donation policy. This policy has been reestablished and is in the university's approval process. We revamped the Senate website, creating a classified staff resource page that houses important information such as policies and benefits that directly relate to classified staff. We established Senate membership reconciliation. from planning units, regional and extension campus to human resources to all voices are being heard across One Ohio. We ensured that HCOM Cleveland provided clear guidelines to the classified staff in the use of flex and comp and overtime. With support from President Ellis, Senate proposed and submitted a draft handbook for classified staff at Ohio University in March. We are awaiting a response from Human Resources to partner with the HR liaison to complete the implementation. We modified the policy 40.044 transfer and promotion of classified employees. The recently approved policy changes now provide more opportunities for career growth and advancement for classified employees within the university. We proposed a formal exit interview process to Human Resources, including an online form and drafted questions for employees leaving or transferring within the university. Human Resources, University Senates, and other stakeholders are actively working on this process. Senate leaders have been actively working all year to establish meeting space and technology in an effort to provide better participation to our online viewers, which today we are testing out one of those options. I think that we already have some kinks to work out, but I think this is leaps and bounds to what we previously had. In partnership with Human Resources, Senate hosted 2 performance management informational sessions in November. This provided employees the opportunity to have their questions and concerns heard regarding the evaluation process. Senate and other classified employees across campus are still actively meeting and discussing this process regularly. Senate suggested modifications to University Policy 40.015, the educational benefits for Ohio University. If approved, these modifications would allow employees to register for their online undergraduate classes without their supervisor's signature. We proposed a new policy establishing guidelines for Senate participation. This policy would ensure that Senate time is not included in policy 41.134, professional development for classified employees. Human Resources set to take this proposed policy to ESPC at the end of June. And they're using our updated Senate application. Colleen's using that to propose to the committee. On the back, it has the updated Senate time requirements. So to help outline that. We introduced a new employee onboarding pilot process for incoming classified employees. So new employees are welcome to the university for the first 15 minutes of their new employee orientation by either the chair of the Professional Development and Relations Committee. In addition, employees are given a packet with general university information, multiple learning guides, such as office phone and printer setup, Microsoft Quick Guides, and Senate contact information. With the assistance of 2 student employees, Senate was able to scan and file all historical information into the Senate OneDrive account. This will ensure that proper information is portrayed on the work that Senate has accomplished since its creation in 1989.
Amanda, can we take a 2-minute break so I can try disconnecting and reconnecting to see if we can get the stuff online to be shared to people?
Absolutely.
Okay, so just tell them not to hang up or anything. I'm going to disconnect and reconnect this room.
Stand by.
See if we can get it working.
It really threw me off one day because I was like, he's here. So we have how are we gonna manage?
I
You're
don't
not
know
carrying
what.
a stapler around with you.
I was gonna grab it.
Not prepared, I'm just kidding.
But I was getting careful about touching the bus. Maybe things.
Treasurer report, the treasurer report.
We need one more.
No, we have
Treasurer report.
Oh, never mind, yeah.
It doesn't go to guest.
Oh.
Although,
Next month.
Come again.
incoming member.
Is that anybody else? Yes, I have one.
Oh,
Look at you.
Sounds like you now and I actually
while we're waiting on Tyler to set this system back up, we have some guests here today, and I'm gonna give them the opportunity to introduce themselves. We'll start with Tyler up here. Recently voted on the Senate, which his term will begin next month at the Senate retreat. So if you just wanna say where you're, the office you're from and your position.
Yeah, I'm Tyler Bump, and I'm a records management specialist in the Office of the University Registrar.
And then we have some guests back here, if you just want to find your name and department and position.
Joy Hawthorne, I work in Foundation Accounting as the procurement senior specialist.
Tanya Ryder, administrative specialist in architecture design and construction.
Courtney Thompson, I work in advancement operations and I'm an administrative services associate.
I'm Cassie Trinfeld, I'm over in HCOM in the social medicine department, I'm the administrative specialist.
Thank you.
She's kind of in the corner, actually.
So be weird.
I'm Elaine Martel, I'm a writer, she's here.
I know we know who she is, but.
She's in the corner. Thank you.
So we're still having issues with sharing the content. So is there a way that, this is being recorded, so they can get the audio, the video. Is there a way that I can get you the recording link? Can you send the recording and then the presentation to people online?
Absolutely.
And then we're gonna have to do some testing to figure out what's going on. So apologies about that for people online. We're gonna work on it, and so hopefully by your next meeting, we can figure out what's up.
That's great.
So, but
And
all this
yes,
is being
we'll include
recorded.
this in the minutes.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you for
Apologies
joining.
about that, yeah.
So this was actually my last slide. We were going to, he got it up, I was just gonna go back and quickly, not go through it all, but show it to our online viewers, but we will send that out with our minutes. So that actually concludes our meeting for today. The last hour of our meeting, we were gonna do a closed, it was gonna be closed to Senate members for a small end of year gathering.
Can we do one update on,
Absolutely.
on something we spoke about last?
Yeah, that reminds me of something else.
We spoke last meeting about the graduate studies being taxed for employees of the university, not their families, because for family members it always is. But I called over to UHR to ask the question about that. And what I was told is that the first $5,250 per calendar year is tax exempt. After that, you will be taxed on any graduate studies tuition benefit that you receive.
Thank you for checking into that for us.
You said 5,250?
Yes.
And then that reminded me to remind all committee members to just make sure that all now that we're wrapping up the year end, to anything that you may have on your desktops regarding any of the work that you've done or documents that you've done this past year, to put it in your OneDrive folders, so then we can then move it over into the historical folders and have all this information moving forward.
One other friendly reminder that I just shared a calendar invite for our next employee of the month. So that should be on everyone's calendar, and please, like, when you respond, say like send a response, even if it's no, just so I know when there's no response there, so I make sure we wait in the lobby area for everyone that will be attending.
Is there anything else, any reminders, any questions, concerns, items to bring up from members or our guests? Sorry if I'm not talking directly to you all. Well, on that note, then I will call this meeting to adjourn.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you all for having, and thank you all for such a wonderful